Dip it low, pick it up slow. Remember that song? Come on, Christina Milian. Ow. Tell her my age, tell her my age. What's up, friends? It's Millie Peartree here again, but you can call me Millie. I'm here to show you in our third installment of Throw Something on the Grill, something a little sweet. One of the things that is gonna be on the table when you throw something on the grill, I would say some type of dessert. Because we're eating a lot of savory things, whether it's something with the barbecue sauce, something spicy, but you need something to counterbalance all of that. And I would say when I throw something on the grill, I need me like a 7-Up cake. And it's not 7-Up, we're gonna say it the way my Aunt Marie says it. I love my Aunt Marie. 7-Up. That's the correct way to say 7-Up cake. 7-Up. 7-Up. That's right. Sometimes you gotta drag it out. 7-Up. So I let this go for a couple minutes until it's nice and smooth. The eggs and the sugar is fully incorporated, and you have like this pale light yellow color. And I like to take it off and scrape the bottom. Sometimes you have a little bit of sugar that sticks down there. We don't want any grit. What I'm doing is I want to incorporate as much air into this as possible. I want a nice light cake. And in this recipe in particular, sometimes you can get away with not making your butter sugar super airy, but in this case, we want to make sure we get as much air into the batter as possible. We're making our cake in a sheet pan. We don't want it to taste like one, okay? We're gonna take the zest of a lemon and lime because we're making a 7-Up cake, and that's essentially the flavor of 7-Up. It's a citrus flavor, but we want to reinforce those flavors. And I like to zest right over the bowl. Just make sure you don't get any of the white part. The white part of the lemon is bitter. Lemons make things tangy. Limes make it zingy. So reinforcing that lemon flavor, I added some pure lemon extract. Now our last and final two ingredients for our 7-Up cake. We have some 7-Up and we have some sieved cake flour. What the 7-Up does is it adds that carbonation, kind of similar to what baking soda and baking powder would do. That carbonation will make the cake rise, and it's a delicious cake. We kind of bumped it up a notch. We added some more lemon and lime zest to it because why not? New York Times got a budget. I told them to add it to the grocery list. When I host something, you're gonna show up on time. Like if I say we're gonna start at 4, come at 3:30 because I'm one of those people that has the banner that 9 o'clock is over. Listen, I got stuff to do. I gotta get up in the morning. I gotta come to New York Times. Like, it's a long day. I know how to put out a to-go container now. Like, listen, because I'm gonna ask you what you're about to do tomorrow. If you don't know how to be nice nasty, that's a nice nasty term. When you want somebody to kind of skedaddle a little bit, gotta get up in the morning. And what you're about to do, that means it's time to go, okay? Oh, so not oh, what am I owing for? Girl, you know you put the cake in there like it's some daggone surprise. I said oh. Exactly what a 7-Up cake tastes like. Citrusy from the lemon and the lime, nice, light, and airy. Everything you want in a 7-Up cake. Oh, hit you right here. It's a little tangy, I like it. So some of my staple dishes when I'm throwing something on the grill, number one, you gotta have a good cocktail, a little nutcracker. Legend has it that Nutcrackers originated in the Dyckman section of New York City. You know, big up to all my Hispanic people. And today we are gonna make this drink. We are gonna make the legendary Uptown Nutcracker. So you can use any combination of liquor you like, and it's not nothing bougie, it's not nothing fancy. You're gonna mix dark and light liquors, you're gonna mix liqueurs, you're just gonna throw it all together. You're gonna get you some Kool-Aid, some Hawaiian Punch. Somebody's been drinking. One thing I like about New York City is this Tampico, you can get it in the discount store, and the discount store is next to the liquor store. One-stop shop, okay? So we're gonna give all of these a little shake to mix our alcohol with our juice, and we're gonna pop these into our freezer. The theory behind freezing it is, in New York City, they're selling on all the beaches, and you want a cold drink on a hot summer day. At least 3 hours, you should get a slush on it up to overnight. Oh, you gonna get me on the camera and see if I got Megan Thee Stallion knees? So I have a little bit left. I'm gonna do a little taste. It's cute. We have our nutcracker made. I'm gonna have a couple friends coming over. And I think I'm gonna have a little nosh for them. I think I'm gonna fry a little chicken. You know, I got some chicken wings. Let's fry them. You know, one thing Millie gonna do is fry her piece of chicken now. And don't cut my tip off. Fry it hard, okay? Sometimes I just wanna pull out some chicken and start frying it. So I pulled out some chicken and we're gonna fry it. We don't have to brine, we don't have to marinate. We're gonna do it with mustard. And mustard gives us the same consistency that buttermilk would do. It will tenderize it, it'll add so much flavor in such a short amount of time. So this chicken is for a person like Millie, the person that's gonna come and help you set up, the person that is gonna come, you know, make sure everything's organized. They're gonna pull out the cars, they're gonna pull out the table, they're gonna pull out the chairs. And I might leave a little piece for someone else later. And the beautiful thing about it is you can keep it warm in the oven if you choose to share. Listen, you eat the tips on your chicken, right? Yeah. So we're gonna have to address the chicken wing because you're not gonna charge me for 2 chicken wings and give me a flat and a drum. 2 chicken wings is a whole chicken wing with the tip on it. And you know, I like to do ghetto things with, you know, bougie people. I'm gonna chew on my chicken wing tip. Like, I love a good chicken wing tip. Like, that's part of the chicken wing, right? Yeah, it's the best part. Because people eat bone marrow, so therefore you can't judge me. Like, this is no judgment. A chicken wing is a flat, a drum with the tip on it. That's one wing, okay? Just wanna put that out there. Next question, please. Alrighty, so now we're taking our chicken out of our grease. We did it about at 365 for about 10 to 12 minutes. It's very golden. It has a great crust on it from the mustard. I have to do a little quality control on our chicken. I'm just gonna go in for a piece. I'm gonna go in for a piece. These wings, ooh, chow. Listen, we're not gonna debate about the hot sauce now. I keep telling y'all, use what you like. And you see how crispy this skin is? So everything has been made. Our nutcrackers are freezing. Our baked pimento cheese dip is nice and bubbly. Our ribs are nice and tender. We throwing something on the grill. We did everything we needed to do. Now it's time to invite some friends over to celebrate. What more can I say? Throw something on the grill is a labor of love. It's the way I show my love language to people that are very special to me. It's very important that you show up the way you want people to show up within your life. So I live by the motto is you can't be quick to take and so slow to give. So the way I show up for people is through my love language of cooking and having a good time. And I'm hoping that you make these recipes, and I would like for you guys to like, share, subscribe, and let me know how you continue to create happy and joyful memories through food. Until next time, take care.